This lecture will cover Unit 1, Business Environment, Learning Outcome 1, Assessment Criteria 1.1, which covers the different purposes of organisations. At the end of the session, all learners will be able to list at least 3 different types of businesses, research and categorise correctly a list of businesses with regards to their purpose, and list at least 2 businesses from each different profiting objectives a business may have. All businesses exist for a purpose. There are 3 main purposes of businesses. The first purpose of a business is to produce goods. This would include turning raw materials into a finished product, for example, converting timber into a finished chair. The second purpose of a business may be to sell goods made by someone else. This refers to a wide range of organisations, including supermarkets, who buy in bulk and sell on to their customers. The final purpose of a business may be to offer a service to its customers. This is when no physical good or product is exchanged, for example, a haircut. Now that we have covered the different purposes of businesses, let's have a look at some real-life organisations and their purposes. What are the main purposes of the organisations listed below? Please note that some organisations may have more than one purpose. And remember to write your answers down, as you'll be required to submit them at the end of the lecture. Your time is up. Let's move on to the next slide. Having looked at the purposes of businesses, let's have a look at the main motive of most businesses: profit. So what is profit? Well, the simple answer is when income, which is money received from sales, exceeds running costs. As we can see from the 2007 global economic recession, external factors can lead to profits varying year on year, despite the apparent demand for a particular good or service. There are other ways a business can run. It can run for free, at a cost, or even below cost. Let's have a look at them in more detail. Most businesses are run to make a profit. This is effectively when the value of sales is greater than the costs and expenses. The basic formula for total profit is total revenue minus total costs. Below is a list of well-known organisations that aim to run at a profit. Some businesses are run so their goods and services they provide are free. The revenue to run these businesses are generally obtained from an alternative source. For example, voluntary organisations like Oxfam and Save the Children receive their donations to fund their relief efforts in major disaster zones. Finally, in some countries like the United Kingdom, certain government services are free at the point of use, like healthcare, education, and emergency services. Some organisations charge an amount just to cover the cost of providing the goods or services without making a profit. For example, a local drama group would only charge its participants the amount to recover its costs of hiring out the local community hall. Another example would be that a local football team would only charge its players the amount needed to recover the cost of subscriptions, the use of the field, and maybe the purchase of kits. Finally, some organisations actually charge less than the cost of making or supplying the item. For example, in the United Kingdom, items like NHS prescriptions and services such as bus passes for school children are subsidised. They are subsidised by the government or the local council because it is socially desirable that everyone can afford to buy them.